Hey, thanks for joining today, and I really appreciate it. This is kind of a video following up on our last video around how to use press releases for local SEO. And today we're going to focus on how do you write local SEO focused press release articles. Stick around, you don't want to miss. A robust tool for enhancing your digital footprint. Business owner, marketer, know who loves backup. TheNewsGuy. Ready to make headlines? All right, so let's focus on how do you write a local SEO press release, specifically the content, and what do you do within it? So let me share our screen. Here we go. All right, so I've got a couple of different examples for you that I think are going to work out. I'm going to walk through these things, give you some of the highlights, right? And then give you the examples so you can see some of the results and everything else. All right, so let's take a look at this. So this is a client that we did, and this is, both of the examples I'm going to show you are from recent press releases that we've done for clients. This client specifically, Star Movers in Hampton, right? And actually, that is the name of their company, Star Movers Hampton. And specifically, it is Hampton, Virginia. All right. Couple of things that I want to get across. And I've mentioned this in videos far and wide. There are critical elements to every press release. Headline, subheading, first paragraph. Those are like 1, 2, 3. Those are the three critical elements in a press release. And if you nail those, your chances of success are going to go sky high. So let's take a look at this. Now, remember, we're writing this specifically for local SEO, helping in your local SEO ranking and map visibility. And I'm going to also show you in AI overviews. Oh, yes. All right. So let's pull this apart just a little bit. Let's go in a little deeper on this thing. Some of the first things that I always tell folks in regards to crafting your headline for local SEO is that you want to get your brand, your service, and your geolocation all in the headline. And so you can see now this company cleverly has Hampton, which is the location, in their brand name. So Star Movers Hampton is offering reliable moving services, keyword, in Virginia. Now we could have maybe done this a little deeper even by saying Hampton, Virginia, but the problem was it got a little too long on the headline and too repetitive, and it looks almost like you're trying too hard to do local SEO, which I think then begins to drop down a little bit on the news site pickups. So we opted not to put Hampton in there, but just say Virginia. It's going to hit the same, right? Because we've got Hampton in and Virginia is driving down to where or what state or regionality that it is. So pretty good headline here, I think. We've got our brand, we've got our key phrase, and geographic location all in the headline. Now, we want to do very similar tactic in the subheading and the first paragraph, only we want to modify it a little bit. Maybe use some different keywords, but we want to essentially kind of do the same thing. So now you can see here, we've got leading moving company, right? A key phrase that they want. And we've got Hampton, Virginia. So a different version of Hampton. We're using the abbreviation of Virginia. So the location, Hampton, right? And we're also then talking about residential and commercial moving, long distance moving, and other specialty moving. So we're capturing keyword phrases and locality within the subheading. Now, let's dive into the first paragraph. Now, look at this. Here we are starting out. We love to start out with the brand in that first paragraph because we want to drive, again, the brand name. So when people are searching for the brand, we want this press release to pop up on the first page. All right. So now we've got the brand in the first paragraph. We've got Hampton, Virginia. So we've got our geo, right? And we've got all different kinds of key phrases in here. Moving solutions, affordable moving solutions, right? We've got, again, Hampton area in here, all driving around, again, the brand and the services and the geographic location. So we're driving that in there. And then I'm just going to walk through around the content, and then I'll come back in and talk about linking a little bit. But around the content, one of the things specifically that you want to drive when you're talking about local SEO and content written or press releases for local SEO is that you really want to drive as much geographic relevance as possible. Make it flow through the content with great anchors, great mentions of various regional types of highlights and or communities, but driving that within the content and salting it throughout the content. So when this gets published, we are connecting the brand with the geographic area with your service or your product, right? So you're making those connections with Google and with the AI overviews. So let's take a look at how we did that in this particular article. So and I just highlighted a little bit of the things that we did in here. So we've got movers in Hampton, Virginia, right? So there's one of the great geographic connectors and a service connector. Here we are with deep knowledge of Hampton, Newport News, Norfolk, and surrounding areas. So here again, we're going deep into and associating the brand with other geographic areas around it. So Hampton is really kind of a suburb around Newport News and as well just north of Norfolk, Virginia. So again, we're making those geographic connections. Coming down in here, moving companies, Hampton, Virginia again, right? So a little bit different than what we did up here, but again, service and geographic location connector. And then again, we're looking whether moving across Chesapeake Bay or the state of Virginia. We are talking again, geographic relevant, right? Connecting your brand and service in the particular area. All critical factors. And then of course, we're going to put in the full NAP as we always do in the press releases. Now, let's talk about linking. So we always like to do an anchor that is branded anchor. So here going to the homepage, right? Star Movers Hampton going to the homepage. But I want to show you something else what we did. And I think it's this link here. There it is. All right, I went down too far. Yes. Movers in Hampton, Virginia. Anchor service. So it's a service with the geo relevancy. And look what we did here. We linked to the map. Now, when we link to the maps in a press release, I'm going to go ahead and click on this. We like to link to 3 different types of map links. So write this down. 1, the search URL. So this one up here in the search bar, we love to link to that one. And we also like to link to the share link that you can get right here. And then we also like to link to a third one, which is the CID map URL. Now, I'm not going to show you the example of that one, but you can go look that one up and understand what the format of your map CID URL. But just to say, every map, every entity has a CID specific number, and that can be a pretty powerful link when you're linking out to other properties. It works really well, though, specifically in press releases, and I like to do the CID in press releases for this reason. The general public has no clue what a CID URL is, right? So nobody is going to naturally go share that on a social media post or in a guest post because generally the public really doesn't even know what that is and where they're going to get that link. But the owner of the business, the people who are actually managing that business and managing that map or that Google profile, they know the CID. So you can go get that CID URL, and it's very natural because when you're doing a press release, it's coming from the company. It's not coming from your friend or somebody posting on social media. No, it's an announcement from the company. So when you link your CID URL in that press release, well, it's very natural. Google's going to know. Well, of course, the company knows what their CID is. And of course, it makes sense that it's going out in a press release. So it's a great way to boost that CID URL and connect it with linking juice from all of these authoritative news sites. And it's a great, natural, safe way to do that through a press release. So 3 different versions, the search, the share, and the CID. Now we've got our press release. Now we've talked about our linking strategy a little bit. I always like to have as well a naked URL in there. And the other third or another important section of your press release is the about section, right? And here, this is where you really get to sell your company, the services that you do, and where you do it. And of course, drive a little more geographic relevance in there. All right, so that's great. So how does it look? So we did this press release, and remember, here's our reporting. We got the branding going on. It went out almost 400 pickups. Boom, and here it is to all of these different places that it went out to. And bam, this is what it looks like in publish, right? Beautiful. All right. Now, let's take a look at something else that popped up. Check this out. We do a search. Boom! AI overview. What? Yeah, this is pretty big deal, right? You want to know how you get into AI overviews? Google and AI love current relevant information. It shows up in the AI overviews, and press releases are a fantastic way to make that happen. So look, we do a search on just the title of this PR. Bam, there it is in the AI overview. Bam, here is one of the press release news sites that have picked it up from. And of course, we've got the map in here as well. And all of these other great sites and news sites that picked up the publication or the press release. So AI overview, press releases, like they were meant for each other. All right, let's take another quick look at another example. This is from another company. And again, just examples. Take a look. We've got the brand. We've got their landscaping services in Mesa, Arizona, right? Brand, service, geographic location in the headline. We're doing it again over here in the subheading. We got custom landscape designs going on here, right? We've got the brand located in here and a location, Mesa. Now back to the first paragraph. Again, the critical piece, right? Number 3 in the trifecta. Here's our brand mentioning right here. Where and as well, we even go a little bit different. Outdoor environment suited to the Salt River Valley. That is what they call this area, just kind of east of Phoenix, Mesa, Scottsdale, or not Scottsdale, but Tempe, all of those areas. It's called the Salt River Valley that's in that area. And so we mention it here. We're connecting the brand and the service that we do in the region that we do it. Makes sense, right? So now here we are. Boom, we've got great anchors, Mesa Landscaping Company, and we're linking to the map with that great anchor. Bam, right there. Custom landscaping designs. Here we are again. We're talking about Arizona and Mesa Landscaper in Mesa, Arizona. And again, we're bringing in the brand. We've got, here it is again, Landscaping Company, Mesa, Arizona. While based in Mesa, here's the brand also serves communities such as Gilbert, Chandler, Queen Creek, Tempe, and Scottsdale, right? So again, heavy geographic relevance. We're talking about other kinds of things that are specific to the climate within the region as well. Boulder placement and dry riverbeds. Of course, that's what you get in Arizona, right? It's hot. It's a desert. Hot and dry conditions of Mesa, Arizona. Look at that. Again, connecting relevance to the region in this press release. That's what we're trying to drive at. And again, in this about section, right, we're mentioning again the Arizona's East Valley, including Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, all of those places all over again. So we went really heavy, really deep in this thing. And again, we've got great pickup on this. And as well, this is what it looks like print. And here the client wanted, we got the map embed in here as the client wanted. So it's a great way to drive home, again, making soft citations and map embeds through all of those. And what do we say? Just under 400 again, 400 news sites. You're getting this, the map, soft citation, and the map embed. Perfect way to help drive local SEO. So there you have it. I love what we're doing with local SEO and how you can use Google or how you can use press releases, to help drive local SEO ranking on Google, and how you can use this on a consistent basis. And we recommend doing at least one PR every month, because why? You want that constant flow of links going, and as well, that AI overview loves current information linking with your brand and the service and the location. Very critical. So look, I've created a book, How to Use PR to Grow Your Brand Authority, and the comprehensive guide. It includes all the templates, our checklist, our step-by-step process for every stage of PR success, and you can download it for free using the link below. And by the way, if you want expert help in implementing any of these strategies for your business, I'm offering PR strategy sessions to help you identify your highest impact opportunities. Click the link to my calendar in the description I'd love to talk with you. Hey, and until next time, keep optimizing your content. The smallest tweaks often deliver the biggest wins. So, like, subscribe, and follow, and I'll see you in the headlines.